morning, everyone, and welcome to our 2021 installation and first Raising the Bar. This year is very different than past years, so in keeping everyone safe, we're coming to you live right now from the GSAR Zoom room. It's a brand new facility, state of the art. We've got cameras, we've got multiple TV screens going. I'm going to try and have you have a look at this. So I've got multiple monitors, and this is for all of you to be able to use at any time. So talk to staff if you'd ever like to conduct your own Zoom meeting. It's a great facility. Well, thank you for your patience this morning while we got started, and thank you for your patience and understanding throughout this past year as well. It's been much appreciated by the leadership and staff of GSAR and CNYIS. We will hopefully all be able to be together soon and for next year's 2022 installation. This year, if you are one of the first 200 members to register and attend today, you'll receive a free swag bag that will be dropped off at your office and mailed directly to you if outside of the local area. Today we will begin with our first Raising the Bar of 2021 with our guest speaker, National Association of Realtors President Charlie Oppler, followed by the installation of GSAR and CNYIS Board of Directors and Presidents by Mr. Oppler. And finally, we will announce the winners of the 2021 Affiliate of the Year, Shining Star, and Realtor of the Year. I'd like to take a moment to welcome some special guests that are also with us today. Welcome from the New York State Association of Realtors 2021 President, David Lagaz, and Chief Executive Officer, Duncan McKenzie. Welcome and thank you for all of your efforts in moving real estate forward through the difficult times of 2020. And I can say firsthand, I observed both of these gentlemen working truly around the clock, helping us all navigate through how to conduct business in 2020. And I'll tell you, in April and May, I don't believe they slept. So gentlemen, thank you very much for your efforts. Realtor members, please make sure that you sign in and out today so that you'll receive credit towards the 20% local dues discount. Again, this year, if you attend all 4 Raising the Bars or 3 Raising the Bars and Community Day, you'll receive 20% off of your 2022 GSAR local dues. So please go into the chat feature now and type your name in order to sign in. I'll give you all a few seconds to do that. Now, at this moment, I'd like to welcome GSAR and CNYIS CEO, Lenore Fetko, for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Hi, everyone. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, please welcome past GSAR President Jim Harif for this morning's invocation.
Good morning. Please join me in prayer. Eternal Father, source of life and wisdom, we gather in praise for this great service industry to which we have been called. On this day, we are grateful for those who have been chosen to serve the Greater Syracuse Association of Realtors community. As we install our leaders, grant them the wisdom to guide us, the courage to make tough decisions in these challenging times. On this day, we thank you for our staff and ask your blessing upon them and their work. And finally, we pray for the great body of realtors across the nation, bringing hope and help to the public we serve. Grant us wisdom to be voices for justice, peace, and unity in our nation and in our community. Amen.
Thank you, Jim. Next, I'd like to welcome past GSAR President Dave Manzano Sr., 2020 co-chair of the GSAR's RPAC committee, to say a few words. David.
First, I'd like to do a congratulations to the Greater Syracuse Association of Realtors on exceeding our RPAC fundraising in participation goals year after year. Even during a global pandemic, GSAR members recognize the value of RPAC as our association raised over $42,000 for RPAC, reflecting in 116% of our 2020 fundraising goal. In terms of participation, 832 GSAR members invested in RPAC and delivered us 135% of our 2020 participation goal. A special shout goes out to Nancy Quigg. Thank you, Nancy, for going above and beyond with your consistent, passionate, heartfelt advocacy on behalf of RPAC. I'm also thrilled to report that our New York State Association reached our 2020 RPAC fundraising goal for the 9th consecutive year. New York Realtors raised over $1,080,000, or 100% of our 2020 statewide goal. This would not have been possible without your support. As for RPAC 2021 goals, well, the Greater Syracuse Association of Realtors fundraising goal is $38,265. Participation is 605. I truly think we can hit that. New York State's 2021 RPAC fundraising goal is $1,318,487, and a participation goal of 20,930 members, or 35% of the membership. I look forward to working together towards exceeding our RPAC goals again this year. Let's keep the momentum going. If you haven't already, please considering supporting RPAC's fundraiser to be held as part of the NYSAR business meetings. A Grim Escape is an interactive virtual escape room event where we'll be solving puzzles and finding clues in order to break out of our virtual room. Sounds interesting. Buy your tickets for $50 when you register for the NYSAR meetings on the NYSAR website. Also, please watch for our local RPAC events we'll be posting throughout this year where you can donate and be involved. In conclusion, please understand that your RPAC funds are bipartisan. So regardless of what political side you are on, know that your money goes to the political representatives that solely support the interests of protecting real estate laws and issues. Though funds are not tax deductible, you are investing in your future and in the real estate profession we all so dearly love. With that, I thank you.
Thank you, David. And thank you, Nancy, for all of your hard work these last many years. Also, I want to remind everyone, make sure you're signing in down in the chat feature. So now I'd like to thank and present our gold, platinum, and silver sponsors for 2021. These are exceptional businesses that have demonstrated understanding when we could not hold in-person events in 2020 and had to move sponsorships around to virtual events and classes. A special thank you also to Christine Tenoik for staying on top of the sponsorships and staying in contact and keeping all of our sponsors informed of changes that needed to be made. We commend each and every one of you for purchasing a sponsorship package for 2021 when so much was still unknown. So, our platinum sponsors. Empower Federal Credit Union, a platinum sponsor since 2012. They've signed up again for 2021. Thank you as always for your support. Lang Law Office, a longtime sponsor and supporter of GSAR, and the sponsor for our first Raising the Bar today and our swag bag. Thank you, Vaughn. Solvay Bank, they've been a sponsor since 2013. Solvay Bank is also one of our sponsors for today, so thank you, Solvay Bank. Gold sponsors are Amerique Credit Union. Amerique has been a proud sponsor of GSAR since 2011. We thank them for their continued support and taking a gold sponsorship package for 2021, and also a sponsor today. Fulton Savings Bank, an affiliate of GSAR since 1998. Thank you for your commitment to GSAR and for your sponsorship for the upcoming year. Hinman Howell Cattell LLP, faithful supporters since 2013 and gold sponsors again this year. We look forward to working with you in 2021. Thank you for your continued support. M&T Bank, gold sponsor since 2013. We're excited that they've signed on again for 2021 and will once again be sponsoring our discount card that's attached to each membership directory. Paragon Home Loans has been a sponsor with us since 2010. Thank you for your continued support throughout the new year. Tompkins Trust Company, they've been a sponsor since 2016, and they've again signed up for this year. Tompkins is also a sponsor for today's event, so thank you. Now our silver sponsors, the New York State Association of Realtors. They have been sponsors since 2014 and are back again for 2021. We appreciate their support as always. Now, GSAR and I would like to take this time to recognize the first class of our Leadership Development Program. This program was designed to prepare up-and-coming leaders to sit on boards of directors, not only for the GSAR, but for other community boards as well. These members successfully completed the required 7 sessions with topics from how an association is designed to function, to communications, and conflict management. Please help me acknowledge and congratulate our first class. Steve Barrett, Donna Jordan, Jason Caporiccio, Kelly Loya, Susan DiVirgilio, Marie Madero, Lucas Farron, Natalie Martin, Mary Jo Heitkamp France, Marty Marshfield, Shelley Hoffman, and Gwen McDonald. They worked very hard for that, so thank you guys for taking the class and continuing with it. Now I'd like to introduce today's sponsor of Raising the Bar, Vaughn Lang, to introduce today's guest speaker. Vaughn.
Good morning. Good morning. Just a brief statement before I have the honor of introducing our president of the National Association of Realtors. You know, as a profession, we have been challenged this year like no other year. Our methods have changed, modified to meet the onslaught of the pandemic. You have been resilient. You have adapted to the new normal. In the 20+ years that I have been your general counsel, I have seen the enhanced regulations imposed upon us and legal challenges brought against us. But we adapted and our businesses have survived. As we move forward, the industry continues to face legal challenges, but we will adapt, we will survive, as we always have done. And leading us there through the challenges of the future is our National Association of Realtors President, Charlie Oppler. Charlie is a realtor from Franklin Lakes, New Jersey, is the 2021 President of the National Association of Realtors. He has been a realtor for some 40 years, since 1981. Charlie has served on the National Association of Realtors Board of Directors numerous times. He has chaired the Realtor Party Coordinating Committee and the RPAC Trustees Committee. Charlie has served on 4 of NAR's presidential advisory groups. In 2005, he was NAR's vice president for Region 2, that's New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. And in 2015, he was NAR vice president for Chris Polycron. Charlie was the president of the New Jersey Association of Realtors in 2004. At the local level, Charlie is a member of the Greater Bergen Board of Realtors. In 1996, he served as the association's president, and they named him Realtor of the Year in 1997. He's a lifelong resident of New Jersey and is actively involved in the community. He's a graduate of the College of New Jersey, and he and his wife, Jerry, have 4 children. So please join us, Charlie.
Thank you. Good morning. Hopefully you can all hear me. You know, it's hard when you're talking to a screen, and I'm sure Chris and your whole leadership team have those same feelings that we'd all like to be in person. And it's just very difficult to do that at this point. It's an honor to be here this morning. I've worn my orange tie for the Syracuse Orangemen. A funny story, if you will, before I get started, is my son, who's a junior in college, had narrowed it down to the University of Syracuse and to James Madison in Virginia. And he has a number of friends that go there. We have a niece that graduated from Syracuse. At the end, he chose James Madison. I was disappointed because I'm a big basketball fan, but I was also excited because it saved us over $100,000 of tuition, room, and board. So, you know, Syracuse is a great university, great history, and I'm honored to be here as a fellow Region 2, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania representative. It's an honor to represent all the members. I would tell you that in 2020, and I guess we're all glad that we've turned the calendar and it's 2021, but it's off to a little shaky start, to say the least. But I'm proud of what we've done as a Realtor Association, how we've met all of the challenges, the resiliency we've shown as an industry. When you think about what's happened, we've led the economy with all the struggles with unemployment and the loss of jobs and the uncertainty. When we look at the economic value of realtors in the GDP, our industry makes up between 15 and 20% of the GDP. It depends which economist and which expert you speak to. You get different numbers. I'm going to trust Dr. Lawrence Yun, who is our chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, who says it's closer to 20%. So I'm going to go with that number, although yesterday I heard another economist say it was about 16%, a little bit over 15.9 and change. So in 2021, I have 4 priorities that I want to see our association. And it's a continuation of a lot of things that we've done for many years. We'll continue to lead the fight for housing affordability and housing equality. We know that we've got a lot of ways to go to help in both. We're also going to continue to champion realtors as the consumer's best source of information on a transaction and everything that we do. We're looking to enhance member engagement, which means all of you. There's 211 on my count of participants. Just think if you all were able to get one more person here today, we'd have over 400 members raising the bar and doing more things. And then we're going to continue to drive community development because we are the community in so many things that we do. And we know that none of us do this alone. You know, you do it together. So again, as we push forward in 2021, you know, there's an old saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And that's where I think that a lot of us can do great work in the community. It's been my theme of One Together. As somebody who played high school and college sports, you know that you're only as good as your teammates. And one coach also said to me a long time ago, you're only as good as your weakest link. So you never know if you're going to find yourself with the 12th or 13th man on a basketball court, but you've got to trust them as much as any of the starting 5. And I would say the same thing to you as members. You've got to trust your committee members. You've got to trust your board of directors. You've got to trust each other in the way you handle your issues that may come up. and you do it behind closed doors as the leadership team. And regardless of discussions, you come forward with a consensus and you lead your members that way. And the members that are out there, get involved. Get involved and make a difference, whether it's in your community or with your local association. So I would urge you to do that as you go forward. 72% of our members volunteer in some way, shape, or form. This year, we're going to track those volunteer hours. Our goal this year is 5 million volunteer hours. And it's part of our Good Neighbors Award. For anybody who's ever been to a national convention and seen the good neighbors get honored, I know I walk out of that auditorium each and every time thinking I don't do enough. And yet I know how much we do as a company and I do individually. And it still pales in comparison to some of the good neighbors across the country. We think if we track those hours in some of those events, we can inspire more people to get involved and also educate more people on some of the things that we can do in the community. So you can go to nar.realtor/RGN, which is Realtor Good Neighbors, to find out more. Also in 2021, we're going to have our first Realtor Relief Foundation telethon to raise money for our Realtor Relief Foundation, which is, it's the 20th anniversary of 9/11. You know, on that fateful day, Martin Edwards, Richard Mendenhall, and Kathy Watley, who were the leadership team of the National Association of Realtors at that point in time, started the Realtor Relief Foundation. And in a matter of 2 or 3 days, we raised over $8 million to help families with rent payments and mortgage assistance who were affected by the events of 9/11. Since that, over the past 19 years, we've dispersed close to $34 million to 15,000 families, helping them handle tragedies and events that they're beyond their control, whether it's hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, fires, anything. It's been a continuation of our efforts. And you know, our funds are low, but I think our awareness has to be escalated so that all of our members know what the foundation does. Also in 2021, we're going to have our first commercial event of any magnitude in New York City. Our target is September 27th to 29th. Hopefully the vaccinations have taken enough of effect that we can have an in-person event. It's called the C5 Commercial Summit, and it stands for Commercial Connections, Capital, Commerce, and Community. And it's designed to be the event to go to. So we're super excited about that. And we look to have the commercial brokers, the legislators that help us streamline the process of getting approvals in the commercial industry, real estate investment trusts, our members, because we know whenever we have movement in the commercial sector, it does go down to jobs, creation of jobs, and residential neighborhoods. So we know that that's going to be a big thing for us in 2021. We have a full legislative agenda in 21. We know the work that we did in 2020, but that was then, this is now. We know that our business is essential. We were very instrumental in the CARES package and the stimulus package, which provided assistance to many of our members. For the first time, independent contractors were recognized for employee stimulus and packages of that nature. We know that there's a lot to do in the COVID recovery world, and we're going to continue to fight that fight for everybody. Shannon McGann, who's our Chief Advocacy Officer of the National Association of Realtors, and her team is hard at work looking at the new package that's being proposed to make sure that there's rental assistance, but also landlord assistance, because many of the properties that are owned right now are mom and pops. you have bought a piece of property or two for retirement, whether it's commercial or residential, and somebody's not paying you rent, well, you still have to make that payment to the mortgage. And that's a big critical piece of the mortgage assistance. And we're going to be working with the new Congress to assure that that's part of the proposed $1.9 trillion stimulus package from the new administration. That's just critical for all of us. We're also going to continue to look at the commercial sector. We know that 1031 tax-free exchanges are something that this administration talked about doing away with. We know how important that is to our commercial practitioners. We're going to look at helping and making sure that this administration looks at tax incentives for home ownership, construction of affordable housing, and a more national inclusive housing package, which also includes the potential of a first-time buyer's $15,000 tax credit to help the minority ownership and many of the millennials that still have tremendous student debt. So that's a major thing that we're going to be fighting in Washington, that we foresee as being a critical piece of legislation that we hope we can impact. We have to make sure we continue to push the American dream of home ownership, and fair housing, a big component of that. Last January, we initiated our ACT program, which is accountability, culture change, and training for fair housing. We want to ensure everything that we can do to protect housing rights for everybody in the country. We're also, in November, NAR rolled out a new member training program called Fairhaven. It's a fictitious town, but it just teaches you and all of our members about fair housing. There must be, and we must continue to lead the fight against discrimination in a transaction. There's a video on implicit bias. You may not think you're discriminating, but by some of the things you do and say, you might actually be doing that and you're not even aware of that. So please check out the Fairhaven fictitious town in the training, and you can just go to fairhaven.realtor to learn more. We're also making sure about hate speech. And for anybody that attended the national meetings and is part of the governance, in November, we passed a new standard to the Code of Ethics that says realtors must not use harassing speech, hate speech, epithets, or slurs against any protected class in Article 10. Those protected classes are race, color, religion, sex, handicap, familial status, national origin, sexual orientation, and gender identity. We're committed to raising the bar, just like you're committed to raising the bar with this series. So we just ask you to go and look at all the training that is available to you. Projections are a robust market. Hopefully, you'll see some of that in your marketplace and around the country. But as I said, Dr. Lawrence Yun expects and is projecting that we could see a 9 to 10% increase in housing again this year, and that's off of record years last year. New home sales are projected to be 23% ahead of last year. And new home sales, we finally have builders back in the marketplace of building homes and providing much needed inventory for all of us. And existing home sales, as I said, to go up almost 9%. And lastly, and I think really something to keep in mind is the public counts on us. They trust you as realtors. They trust you as community advocates, that our feet are to the ground. We know what happens across the board in our communities, because that's part of being a successful realtor and a successful community advocate. So I just ask you to make sure you stay on top of all issues, know what's happening in zoning, know what's happening in new construction, know your market. You can really be that trusted advisor if you know as much as that's going on in your marketplace. And also, please take advantage of the Right Tools Right Now program. Over $26 million of programming, education courses, swag, anything that you could need has been available. And it's just nar.realtor/RTRN for all the things that are available either at cost or for free. So we ask you to do that. And, you know, on behalf of the association, you know, there is a silver lining in the virtual world that I've gotten a chance to spend some time with you this morning, and we'll have the honor of installing your officers. And, you know, just thank you for all the work that you do. You know, there's so many good things that realtors do, and make sure that you check on your neighbors. You know, we're still not out of this COVID nightmare. So safety first. I tell all of our agents, I'd rather see us lose a transaction than compromise our safety and our health right now. You know, vaccinations are just becoming available for many of our agents, like many of our members, and just, you know, we see the light at the end of the tunnel, or at least we hope we do. And again, I would just ask you to stay safe. Thanks for everything that you do. You know, just keep in mind that we all do this together. And I can't just thank you enough for everything that you've done. So just stay safe, be well, and take care of one another. And thank you for the opportunity to be here and spend some time with you this morning.
Thank you, Charlie. 2020 was certainly a year we all recognize. It was a crazy year for all of us, for our industry, for us locally, for us as families, right? Due to COVID. But we would be very remiss if we didn't recognize 2020 as something else. 2020 was the 25th anniversary of Lenore Fetko being at the head of our association in the executive officer position. And we just could not let this moment pass without having a few words to that end. So a couple thoughts. I reached out to some folks and some past presidents, and I asked for some of their thoughts about Lenore and what she has done for us as an association. So I'd like to read a couple of comments. I'd also like to ask Lenore to come up and join me. The first comment. In my travels as NYSAR president, I was always recognized for the association I came from, one of the most respected in the state. Also said, Lenore is the most capable EO there is. If you want it done, you give it to Lenore. As well, in 1995, our association was without an executive director. We were on the brink of financial ruin, and membership was leaving as there was a lot of political upheaval and internal turmoil at the association. Lenore took our association, a sinking ship, when she started, and righted it to what it is now, considered one of the best run associations, not only in New York State, but in the country. Under her leadership, GSAR is in great shape financially. We have tremendous education for agents, programs to assist charities, thriving, growing, and secure membership. The merging of other associations into the GSAR, a modern association-owned office building, and so much more. Those were just some of the comments. So with that, we have a special guest that might join us at this moment. Lenore's son, Jared. with a gift for Lenore.
Thank you, everyone, for your comments and your support over the years. And you know what? There's no way I can accomplish any of this alone. There's absolutely no way. All the people that work for us over the years have been wonderful and supportive, and the leadership, very supportive. There is absolutely no one person that accomplished anything that the association has accomplished over 25 years, but I am so proud. And I think you're all a bunch of great people, every one of you. I really mean that sincerely. And thank you for the surprise. And thank you for bringing my favorite person here in the whole wide world. So thank you. Thank you, Chris.
You've really done a wonderful job. I mean, truly. Yeah, we came from, boy, were we in a different place 25 years ago. So well done, Lenore. All right. Now we're going to move on with our installations. As mentioned earlier, we're pleased that Charlie was gracious enough to serve as both our guest speaker and our installation officer for the directors and presidents. I will go ahead now and introduce the directors. Directors, when you hear your name called, please wave to be recognized. The 2021 directors from the Greater Syracuse Association of Realtors and the Central New York Information Services. Directors for GSARs, President-elect Nancy Quigg, Secretary-Treasurer Shauna Thielen, ex officio Chris Thielen, that's me, Karen Hammond, Kelly Jo Mahar, Dave Manzano Sr., Eric Pedrati, Mary Rouse, Linda Thomas Castor, Steve Barrett, Dina Bollinger Ingram, Richard Wilbur, and for our directors of CNYIS, Vice President RJ Long, Sandy Kernan. I apologize, the script is a little funny because I left off Barb Surasillo, Samantha Covey, and Midge Fricano from the GSAR. Sorry, guys. Now let me do the directors for CNYS. Vice President RJ Long, Sandy Kernan, Secretary Treasurer Martin Carpenter, Mary McKegg, Jenny Chapin, Don Radke, Dean Cummins, Jeff Roney, and Dave Evans. Charlie shall be offering now the oath for these directors.
Thank you, Chris. Please raise your right hands. I'll assume you all have done that because I can only see a few of you. The members of the Greater Syracuse Association of Realtors and the Central New York Information Service have chosen you to serve as their directors for 2021. Do you solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that you will administer the office to which you have been elected to the best of your ability and judgment in conformity with the bylaws and constitutions of your associations? That you will, in all acts, be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and in every manner possible, endeavor to promote and safeguard the best interests of your state, the high purposes of your board, and the welfare of its memberships. Do you so subscribe? If you do, please say, I will.
I will.
I will.
I
I
will.
will.
I will.
I will. I will.
I will.
I will.
That's okay. I'm getting all these different feeds, so thank you. By virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I do hereby proclaim each of you as duly elected and officially installed and inaugurated to the office to which you have been elected. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. And to the audience, please recognize your 2021 GSAR and CNYIS directors. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce the 2021 President of the Greater Syracuse Association of Realtors, Andy Azzarillo, and of the Central New York Information Services, Mark Ray.
Hi there.
Please raise your right hands. The members of the Greater Syracuse Association of Realtors and the Central New York Information Service have chosen you to serve as their presidents for 2021. This is a great honor, and it carries great responsibilities. The hours you will devote to your members will be many, and I can attest to that. The challenges will be at times overwhelming. Your patience and wisdom will be tested time and again. Your obligations will be varied and many, but your rewards will be countless. Perform your duties with pride and dignity. Represent your members with the respect that they have shown by electing you as their presidents. Do you, Andy and Mark, accept those responsibilities?
I do.
You vow to uphold and enforce the bylaws of these associations with fairness and equality.
I do.
By the authority conferred upon me, I hereby officially proclaim you as installed as the 2021 President of the Greater Syracuse Association of Realtors and the 2021 President of the Central New York Information Service. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate your new presidents, and best of luck to all of you, and have a great year. And if I can ever do anything for any of you or any of the members, please feel free. I'm just a text or a phone call away. And congratulations again.
Anywhere, I'm going to have you stay up here. Well, congratulations to all of the directors, to Mark Ray, to Andy Azzarillo, and Charlie. I want to say thank you so much for having joined us today. We very much appreciate it, and let's give a virtual round of applause to Charlie Oppler for doing a wonderful job installing our directors and our presidents. And at this moment in time, I'd like to invite Mark Ray for brief presidential remarks.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you, Charlie, and thank you, everyone there looking on. I just want to say a few words. We did it. We made it through 2020. We did what realtors do. We worked together to help our buyers and sellers meet their objectives. Together, we made it happen in the face of a worldwide pandemic. And let's be honest, you all rock some great looking masks. We used more hand sanitizer and disinfecting wipes than we used in all of our previous years in the business combined. It was challenging at times, confusing, and yet together we made it work. You kept real estate moving forward safely. The pandemic and low interest rates drove a heightened interest in home ownership. We answered the call and kept our consumers and ourselves safe while juggling multiple offers, anxious buyers, and nervous sellers. I'd like to thank outgoing President Don Rackey and our vigilant and very responsible, hardworking CEO Lenore Fecco for their leadership in keeping CNYIS running smoothly during difficult times. She's working day and night behind the scenes. Trust me, of this I know. I'd like you to give her a round of applause right now. Out there clapping wherever you are. And as we look ahead, the new year has started and we are poised for another active market throughout 2021. I'm sure we'll face new challenges as we go, but I can assure you that by facing them together, we will also find solutions. The MLS is the most vital cog in our ability to successfully complete real estate transactions. I know that saying this to you is like saying the sky is blue. We all know this. It is the goal of your CNYS leadership team to help identify the products and services that enable us to be more efficient and effective in our business activities. We do not work in a vacuum. The MLS products and services that I use may not be the same ones you find valuable. I think I can safely speak for the entire leadership team when I say that we need your input to properly evaluate the current products and service offerings. In the coming weeks, we are going to ask for your opinions through a short survey. This will help us make the best decisions on the current products and give us direction regarding new products we should investigate. We do this best by you taking less than 5 minutes and answering that survey when you receive it. Your opinions are so valuable to us and the future of CNYIS during this critical time that we are going to place the names of everyone who responds into a drawing for two $500 Amazon gift cards. We will give 2 $500 cards away. That's how much we value your thoughts and want you to share them with us. In the next few weeks, the survey will be emailed to you. I'm excited about the year ahead and how the survey results will help us to serve you better. I'm honored to be your president. RJ, Martin, your directors, and I are ready to get to work to ensure CNYS provides the tools that will help you to thrive in your business in 2021. Thank you, and here's to a productive, successful, safe 2021. God bless.
Thank you, Mark, and congratulations. And now I'd like to invite Andy to come up and say a few words.
Good morning. It's great to see so many faces on the screen. Like you, I'm looking forward to the time we can safely be together again. I'm honored to be your 2021 president. Having served on the leadership team last year, I have tremendous appreciation for Chris Thielen and have big shoes to fill. Chris and Lenore did an amazing job guiding us through the onset of a pandemic, a shutdown, and a reopening that became a red hot, crazy 6 months in our housing market. We are fortunate to have such a great staff that ensured we were all well informed every step of the way and who provided continuous service to the membership throughout the year. Normally, I'd ask for a round of applause to show our appreciation, but it's a Zoom world we're living in right now. So Chris and Lenore, please know that we appreciate you. We flipped the calendar and the first month of 2021 is behind us. I think it's safe to say that there will be challenges ahead as our country works to roll out the vaccines to beat back COVID-19 and bring an eventual end to the pandemic. We still need to stay up to date on the latest state and federal guidance for safe practices of real estate, not only for the benefit of our clients and customers, but also to safeguard the health of our fellow realtors. I urge you to follow the protocols and please wear a mask. We must do our part to reduce the spread of communities. From what I see, it's been a very good start to the year and we've been busier than usual. Most of the real estate market projections I have seen predict that 2021 will be a good year for real estate. I'm optimistic and excited for the year ahead. As we prepare for a busy market, I'd like you to commit to taking some time for a personal professional checkup. Whether you are a broker, office manager, or agent, I would ask you to dedicate some of your time this winter to ensure you are providing the highest level of service to your clients and customers. It's a great time to revisit the recent changes to our guiding principles, the Realtor Code of Ethics, and also to changes in our license law in areas such as fair housing. 2020 will be remembered as many things. In our industry, it will be remembered as the year we refocused in delivering equal professional services for all. We've had uncomfortable conversations about the actions of some in our profession and learned how to recognize our own implicit bias can affect our interactions with others. Are you prepared to respond to clients who ask you to discriminate? Have you looked at NAR's resources about implicit bias? Have you booked your visit to Fairhaven? Fairhaven, of course, is NAR's online fair housing simulation training tool. It's designed to test our fair housing knowledge as we navigate fictional real estate scenarios. It is a valuable investment of an hour or so of your time. I would ask you to make the commitment to visit Fairhaven at fairhaven.realtor. Realtors are the gold standard in the real estate industry. It is our shared responsibility to provide consistent professional service to consumers. Let's all make that commitment in 2021. Another way to enhance our professionalism is through education and programs such as today's Raising the Bar. I'm proud that our association didn't miss a beat during the pandemic in providing us with valuable professional development opportunities. We've adapted to virtual delivery, and I'm sure you'll all agree that we have top-notch educators covering key industry topics. I hope many of you have signed up for their fair housing class on February 2nd. As an added benefit, taking this class will give you the 3 hours of fair housing education credit you need for your license renewal. Did you know that if you attend all 4 Raising the Bar sessions, or 3 of them, and Community Day, you are eligible for a 20% discount on your 2021 dues? Just by being here today, you're on your way to earning that discount. The incentive to invest in ourselves sends a strong message to the Greater Syracuse Association of Realtors, believes in supporting its members' professional growth, and a higher level of consumer service enables us to deliver. It's a win-win. You get top-of-the-line education and a break on dues. Watch your weekly hot news emails for details about future Raising the Bar sessions. Last year, GSAR surpassed both its RPAC contribution and participation goals. Congratulations to all. As I'm sure our President-elect Nancy Quigg would agree, there is no better investment in the future of real estate industry and homeownership right than a contribution to RPAC. We need to keep the momentum going in 2021. Not only did RPAC advocate on our behalf on real estate issues during 2020, it also enabled NAR to protect the interest of realtors and their clients as the federal government responded to the pandemic through the CARES Act, Paycheck Protection Loans, and the Economic Industry Disaster Loans Grants programs. Please continue to support RPAC and our industry by visiting CNYRealtor.com to make your 2021 contributions. Now, I know that you are all sitting at your computers hoping that I would deliver an hour-long speech. I hate to disappoint you in my first official speech, but we have a full program to get through. On behalf of President-elect Nancy Quigg, Secretary-Treasurer Shauna Thielen, and myself, I would like to thank you all for the trust you have placed in all of us to serve as your leadership team. We're looking forward to getting to work. Please do not hesitate to contact any one of us with any ideas, questions, or concerns you may have. We wish you all a healthy and successful 2021. Thank you.
Congratulations, Andy, and thank you very much. Now we'd like to recognize the nominees for the Greater Syracuse Association of Realtors Affiliate of the Year, Shining Star, and Realtor of the Year. Thank you to the selection committee and all who nominated and ran. It's a very impressive group of candidates this year. So let me begin with the Affiliate of the Year nominees are Greg Rogers with Fulton Savings Bank, Kelly and Chris Green with C. Green Home Inspection, Robert Carter with the Law Office of Robert Carter, Rhonda Ockel of Rhonda T. Ockel and Associates, and let's find out who our winner is. Today's Affiliate of the Year recipient has been a member of the GSAR for many years and is a familiar face around the association office and at association events, even now in our virtual world. This nominee knows the importance of staying abreast of important industry standards and changes, taking classes regularly, averaging 2 online classes monthly. Although this nominee has been in the profession for many years, they believe in the saying, when you're green, you're growing. When you're ripe, you start to rot. This person gives back to the community, although the pandemic has curtailed most of the usable charity activities. Previously a founding race committee member of the Burn Run, which is a fundraiser in conjunction with the East Syracuse Fire Department to help cover unpaid hospital bills to burn victims. And they also run a special summer camp for children with burn issues. In the past 12 years, the Burn Run has raised over $50,000. This person is also involved with the Stuff a Bus through the Salvation Army, as well as Toy Coat and Red Kettle Drives. This person has been a member of the CNYIS Mortgage Bankers Association for many years and is the current president. The member is also on the board of directors for the New York State Mortgage Bankers Association. This nominee is very busy as he is also a committee member of the GSAR's Marketing Committee. Please join me in congratulating this year's GSAR Affiliate of the Year, Greg Rogers of Fulton Savings Bank. Congratulations, Greg.
Thanks, Chris.
I'm going to begin over with the Shining Star Award. Okay, we're excited to be giving this award to an agent that has been practicing real estate sales for less than 2 years and shows excellence in service to company, community, and to oneself. Although relatively new to real estate, this person joined GSAR just 3 months before the pandemic hit. With a marketing background, this agent has been able to partner with their company in a creative way, creating a commercial, creating health and wellness content for social media platforms, and hosting live Q&As with wellness experts who provide health tips during the pandemic. This nominee is committed to giving back to the community, from Big Brothers Big Sisters program, Habitat for Humanity, and the Van Dyne Hospital Volunteer, to the Good Dog Foundation, taking dogs to nursing homes, a volunteer for the Honor Flight Syracuse, helping to spread information about sending local World War II vets to DC to experience the monuments constructed in their honor, and a friendly greeter at their church, and still looks to do more in 2021, including a giving campaign to donate a portion of each commission. This person has a tagline, hope to home. They operate with the highest integrity, honesty, truth, and kindness. This nominee takes pride in performing due diligence and being a strong, consistent, and clear communicator. Please join me in congratulating our Shining Star of the Year, Kelly Hall of Acropolis Realty Group. Congratulations, Kelly.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, we lost Kelly. Let's give Kelly a moment to get back. If our technicians could track Kelly down for us. We're getting her back, okay. She'll be right with us.
I am here. Can you guys hear me?
We sure can, Kelly. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And congratulations to all of the nominees. Holy smokes, what a year. I'm shaking a little bit, and it's also a little awkward to do this virtually, but here is where we are. So I would like to just take a few minutes to go through my thank yous. First and foremost, I would like to thank God for who all things are made possible. In a year where not only entering real estate alone was a feat, but to do so right before the global pandemic hit stirred a lot of fear for most. But I have a knowing faith that there is no fear with him. So I partnered with him and dove headfirst into this market, helping as many people during this incredibly scary time to the best of my ability and resources to be a comfort, a reliability to all, and confidence for all of those who turned their hope for home into their new homes. And now more than ever, home is a place of safety, of school, of work, of entertainment, of love, and so much more. It is beyond an honor to serve people in this very special way. I thank all those who believed in me. No one succeeds alone. To my brokers, to my partners in this business, from lawyers and home inspectors and so much more, to my clients for making this all of this great work happen. And there is so much more to come. And to my fellow agents, whew, you guys have all blown me away. I don't know a market, I don't know real estate outside of what we've just endured. So to see all of those who have been in this industry for years being able to pivot with it, and this market has changed the way everybody does business. I'm inspired by you all. You have shown me so much. I have learned from you, and I will continue to. And I'm so grateful to work alongside of you all in Central New York to do this great work. So congratulations for the steadfastness and commitment and continuing to plow through this unique time. I thank you all.
Kelly, congratulations and thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now for the grand finale. Nominees for Realtor of the Year are Mike Schaefer and Denise Van Patten. This year's Realtor of the Year recipient is a member of GSAR who goes above and beyond and leads by example. This agent has been practicing real estate sales for several years and shows excellence in service to community, service to oneself, and to the industry. This year's recipient takes the integrity of this profession very seriously and strives for excellence each day. This person realizes the importance of working well with fellow agents and will go the extra mile to ensure smooth transactions on both sides. If you've worked with this realtor, you would likely say that this person is easy to work with, is always working toward a successful close, including with other realtors, attorneys, appraisers, and inspectors. Like so many of us, this nominee has had to approach this business very differently this past year. Keeping clients and family safe was number one. As we know, the entire country has had to drastically change the ways in which we are going about our personal and professional lives, while at the same time living with the uncertainty of what lies ahead for all of us. This person was and is committed to making home buying and selling a positive experience in 2021, making special arrangements when needing and taking every precaution for clients and customers. Despite the pandemic, this member had a very successful year as a top producer and is very proud of that while keeping everyone safe and well taken care of personally and professionally. This person is passionate about the community-based project that they and a friend set up in response to the needs of the community who are struggling from the impact of COVID. Their motto is, "Alone we are strong, together we are stronger." Along with this new organization, this member is also involved and supports many other local CNY charities and organizations such as the CNY Arthritis Foundation, Vera House, the Ryan McMahon Child Advocacy Center, and more. Although there were few in-person events or classes in 2020, this nominee has attended many GSAR functions and events over the years, recognizing the importance of networking with fellow agents and maintaining positive relationships. This member says, "I feel strongly as a member of our association that we owe it to each other and our community to support one another and to work together as a team, always respectful and never judgmental. Accepting this well-deserved award from Berkshire Hathaway CNY Realty, please join me in congratulating Denise Van Patten, GSAR's Realtor of the Year for 2021.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Denise.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Upward.
Geez, and I said I wasn't going to cry. First of all, I really want to thank the GSAR and the board of directors for making this event happen. I am sure this is a big undertaking for all of you. During one of the most challenging years in real estate history, and yes, I'm reading because I had to do this, or I would never be able to do it. I am beyond humbled and honored to have been chosen as Realtor of the Year. My fellow realtors and I have braved the pandemic. As you all know, we've been there, and the ever-changing rules that have accompanied that pandemic. But we continue to persevere, and we're making it happen. All of you, you're amazing. I've worked with so many new realtors this year that I just like, and young new realtors, and they're figuring it out. And those of you who've been around, you're helping. You're so wonderful. I would never have been able to accomplish any of this without the continued support of my husband. He's a saint. We call him Saint Pete. When we began this journey 5 years ago, I don't believe that either of us ever realized how much responsibility he was going to inherit and we inherit. So not only do we take care of 2 homes and 4 children, he has his own career, and he also finds a way to manage my entire financial end of my business. So honey, I love you. You're the best partner ever. To my wonderful, understanding, and way more than patient children who try their very best to tolerate the incessant phone calls as well as the constant disruptions in our lives due to my business. I appreciate your understanding more than you'll ever know. You truly are all my everything. To my oldest son, excuse me, my oldest Ryan, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for taking the leap of faith and getting into this crazy business during the pandemic. You have been a godsend to me. He has been so helpful. I'm beyond grateful for the most incredible team of professionals that I've ever had the privilege to work with. So I'm going to like it a little bit. So to my broker, Dan, thanks for checking on me every day. Okay. To my manager, Betty, who's there for me anytime, day or night. And I know I call you when I shouldn't call you, so I apologize. When I need a simple word of encouragement is needed, you never don't answer me. You're always there. You help me these together amazing managers at Berkshire Hathaway, Denise Buganeg and Mary McKay, Mike Stoker. You keep us all going. You're there for us. A special shout out to the best trainer in all real estate land, Lori Owens. You make bring so much fun. A very, very important thank you to my mentor and my friend. And you know, I would be here without her. She's taught me how to always follow the rules and the ethics of real estate, and that your reputation is everything in this business. Everything. And she's drilled that into me like you cannot even believe. Thank you, Eddie, for always being there for me. To all the admins, we really couldn't do what we do without you, all of you, and all of the companies. I don't think I get thanked enough. I really don't. And I would remiss, I failed to mention our very well-known Irish agent, Adrian. Whatever I do without you, my friend. You cover me in moments notice. You treat my clients like your own. They trust and love you. Know how I appreciate you more than you will ever know. You are amazing. And here's the last from the past. For those of you who remember Carrie Collins, she may have left us to move south. I have never forgotten how she believed in me and all that she did to help me get my business up and off the ground. And I think she may have done that for many of you. To my designer, Zader, Terry Berrigan, and your friendship, your professional and support and friendship have made every day working together an absolute joy. And my contractor, Randy Reinhardt, who does everything when I call. The two of you go the very best part of my dream being. A special thanks to Jim Giannuzzi for Homestead Funding, Vincent Jr. and Sherry Rivers from City and Law. You are all such a huge asset to every transaction that you touch. And finally, the incredibly talented photographers, home inspectors, and all amazing professionals that I have been privileged to work with over the years. Without you, I wouldn't be here today. I am truly grateful and humbled to accept this honor. Please be kind. Everyone stay safe, and let's get through this pandemic together. Thank you so much for this honor. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Denise. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And congratulations to all the winners here this morning, and to both GSAR and CNYIS 2021 directors and presidents. Thank you for joining us today. And by the way,